the deepest reason that we have thoughts continuously is because we are the deepest. I'm saying there are two. There is one deepest reason, and then there is a deep reason. So the deepest reason is that we are afraid of being alone. We can't stand to be alone, you see, completely alone. And when we have this chattering friend next to us, sitting next to us and talking all the time, all day long. So you remember that thing that happened to you? Or what do you think we should do tomorrow? And so on and so on. I don't like how he talked to you today. And so on and so. It's like having a friend that keeps you company whenever no one is around, you see. When there is there are the sounds of others, we are usually kept undistracted unless it's really boring, or unless we are so self-conscious of ourselves, or separate distant from the situation, that we summon this friend. Could you please keep me company, because although I'm with someone, I still feel alone. You see? So I remember when there was the time when cell phones emerged for the first time. Nobody knew what was going on. Perhaps just tech people understood the magnitude of the revolution. We were just like not realizing. I think as we are right now, for instance, with artificial intelligence, you don't really understand what is going on. So there was a certain commercial saying with this, it was a specific name of the company. It said, with this cell phone, you will never again be alone. And I remember this was one of the most dreadful promises I've ever heard. This was so scary. There was nothing comforting in this kind of promise. It was like doomsday. You will never again, ever be alone. So this is the thing. When before there were cell phones, there were thoughts. We developed this technology, our genius mind, creatively, and when we were children. Of course, the good thing is that we have this kind of self-reflective consciousness, so we can create this kind of inner world in which everything that happens in reality receives some echo in another reality, which is our own. But even when nothing happens, the self-reflective capacity continues, you see. And why did we do it? Because we were alone. It was at the times when we were alone and insecure, when we were afraid and started speaking to ourselves, you see. We comforted ourselves, we promised ourselves promises, we sang lullabies to ourselves in all sorts of ways. We encouraged ourselves, sometimes we scared ourselves, or we worried ourselves, and so on. And we began the dialogue at that time when we felt alone and insecure. And now we have gotten used to this friend, and we can't imagine life without this friend. We have forgotten what it's like to be alone. So this is why we ask this friend not to go. Because we don't know what it's like. it feels, well, so alone and so insecure and without comfort, without any other presence. Suddenly it's just us in this universe, you see? So this is why we don't let thoughts go. We have an interest, we don't want to be silent, really. We are afraid of it. So suppose I have thoughts right now. I'm not talking about wise, brilliant thoughts like the Buddha had, thoughts of self-inquiry and discrimination. I'm talking about this endlessly chattering dude inside our head that is speaking, basically moving in repeated cycles because it has nothing to say, nothing new, nothing refreshing, no insights. It only repeats forever. The past, the future, the present, and analyzing the very same things without any kind of brilliant resolution, because it has none. So could I really once say, ask myself, why do I need to think? Why do I choose to think right now? Not thinking of the thoughts as something that has its own control, its own power, but why do I need to? Why do I think that I need to think right now? Do I really need to think all that? And as soon as you're asking this question, taking responsibility rather than feeling like a helpless mind attacked by some bird thoughts like, in Hitchcock's film. Why do I need to think right now? Do I really need to think? And then your own grip is loosened, you see? You are not holding on.